Okay, we're back. So, yeah, this is not a good fight for reasons I already explained. The Rhine and May. Not the best grab. Yes, we get the kill, but Postman dies. There's 3 squishies on over here. Much better to grab them. It looks like that we could do something here though because of the space that's created. It's such a good bubble from Black Arrow. They should be dead. The Moira should be dead. It's just a bit ridiculous. I don't know why Dwayne has wasted that. Maybe he thought he was going to charge him into the wall. But again, so from your point of view, this is a thing I think I'm going to talk about later as well. It's unlucky. Good effort. I mean, you can always work on your aim. You can always work on your aim in your sensitivity. Maybe could do with adjusting. It's quite jerky. But again, it's that thing of you can't really see a lot. You can be. I mean, I have a soldier, so it's probably not a good idea to be jumping on top of the payload. But yeah, you want more vision because like, you have your boop on cooldown now, off cooldown rather, and there's 2 people on the right there, so you could be walking forward, jumping to the right, and looking for the boop. It's an early amp, very early amp. Look at your aura, you see there, it's just beyond the bush. You're not getting tornado at all, and you don't need any healing or anything like that. So it's a bit of a wasted amp because now you're doing something. So you wasted like a second or so there, and considering it only lasts a few seconds, that's a pretty big deal. But also, we're up now. We're in a good position. They don't have a Rhine, we do. This is where you should be, again, puppet strings, pulling your Rhine around and saying, right, let's go, let's chase these kills down. Because once you've done that, once you've Tornado's health is up, and even then, again, like I said, it's not really your job. There is 1, 2, 3, 4 of you, and 1, 2, 3 of them, and they have no main tank. So you should be speeding, and then, like I said, if you had not had wasted your amp, you could be amp speeding to get up here, and then chasing down these kills. I mean, as far as you're concerned, there's only 2 of them, not 3 of them. So, yeah, we're not pressing the advantage. We have an advantage, we're not pressing it. We should be. And as the puppet master, that's, partly your job. And again, if you have slightly better vision, you'd be able to see that. If you were, say, just, jumping up here, jumping around like this. Because if you're jumping around like this, wall riding, close, still within aura range, with the occasional reposition perhaps. Again, it's about that thing as the support. You can see over there, you can see the fact that there's only 2 of them, you can also see the flank route that they have, which is the way that they're going to be coming back, considering the location of the objective. So, yeah, use his verticality It's such an important part of Lucio's kit, is verticality. Same with Baptiste. So yeah, I would be really wanting you to, and this is I want everyone to start to understand this sort of stuff and to make calls like this, because I'm dead. So if I'm dead, I can't. So yeah, I'd want you to be going. There's only two of them, Bap can stay point, or Torb stay point, or Torb, because the idea with the Torb here is that he leaves his turret in the back line with, just a little bit further back than wherever the Baptiste is, so that if the Sombra decloaks, the Baptiste is not alone. He's got a turret, and he doesn't need to waste his immortality to keep himself alive from a Sombra. That's the whole idea. But yeah, so you speed, go and kill them. The soldier can run away. The Moira will have to waste Fade, and yeah, the Sombra may look for a back cap, which is why the turret is behind with the Baptiste. But that's what I'd want you to be doing, because now they get away for free, which you never want. Because if you get 2 kills there, you stagger those kills. Because with the Lucio speed, as we talked about before, you can reposition everyone so quick. So you could be just speeding up over here, getting those kills, and then they're down 2. And if they're down 2, then you can go and kill Thunder as well, because you're still 4v1. Even if the other 2 come back, you're still up numbers. And then if you feel, once you feel like you've done enough, you speed them out. Reposition, come back here, hold them in the choke. Hold them in the choke so that they can't come in for free. Anyway, let's see what happens. Because where's the turret? Yeah, so the turret's doing its job. He really shouldn't waste the immortality there. Anyway, this is not about Dwayne, this is about you. What happened to the turret? Anyway. It's again, you have beat. Ideally in this position, what I would want and what I would be thinking is, again, it's not your job to heal. This should be a speed out, back it up to here, This is what I would want you to be doing. Looks like Dwayne's looking to ult. Back it up. But basically what you want to be doing is you want to be hiding from EMP. So I would be, if I were you, I would be here, or even here. So you're still close enough, and then you have your amp, and basically what happens is as soon as the EMP comes in, you amp speed and beat. Or possibly it would be better to just beat. You just step out and beat. You speed and beat and get in there with everybody as soon as that EMP goes down. Because, yeah. So yeah. That's the other thing. Dwayne should know this as well. It should be communicated. They have a Sombra. You don't use ultimates like that. Dwayne's a bit unlucky, but even if it was going to be here, and we'd backed up. It's no good. You want it. He should have just done it for himself, to be honest. Because then he'd be healing throughout this EMP because he's out of range. Because it's good. They don't get hit, but his ultimate was wasted. But yes, you're in the thick of it. We're dead. We're so dead. But you could have saved that, because look, if you'd been where I said, you wouldn't even have been at risk of being hacked, but also you would have been out of line of sight. Boom, beat, everyone survives. Anyway, so that's a big thing. So let's. Yeah. Anyway, so let's go back to where we were. So yeah, we're just repositioning and everything, get everyone out. Yep, good, but in a safe. Take the safe path. Always take the safe path. Instead of walking out in front, you could just go this way. Anyway, so you know they've just used the MP, which means, you know, as we said, you know it's mythical, so he builds things quite fast, so you know what they've used. So they could nano Rhine, they could grav, so yeah, it's a safe grav. But again, we talked about this. Ideally, you don't want to use it for a grav, because you have immortality.
Feel the healing beat. Let's up the tempo.
So, again, I mean, we can talk a little bit about you're on the floor. We're on the floor. I've done that little interlude video now, so what would be really great, and of course this takes practice, but if you're not using your speed or anything, you can be on this, you can be bouncing from surface to surface, just kind of, you know, you're holding left on your thumbstick, and you're just doing like this, so that you've got sight. And also, we naturally have a disadvantage because we are naturally going on a lower surface than them when we go down these stairs. The attackers get advantage by a little natural high ground. So you can be there because you want to be getting shots in, or you know, you can be up on here, from here to here, that sort of thing. You know, this sort of movement, or just, you know, this sort of movement. Or, you know, wall riding around, just like from here back to here, from here back to here, and then you back it up a little bit more, go around the corner, you know, just movement like that rather than just being on the floor. Because if the Reinhardt has shatter, you can't, you're just dead. If your Rhine gets shattered, you're dead as well. So, yeah. Now, I talked to Saint about this in this literal moment, so it's a shame that he didn't react. But if you ever play Reinhardt yourself, if you see the indicator of the Sombra hack, all you have to do is flick your shield up in that direction. I get hacked. Oh, go me. Anyway. So basically, yeah, you've got to be thinking about what your beat is for. Basically, to counter one of the other support ultimates. Because you know that they haven't used Nano for a while, and they didn't use the Moira ult last fight, so they'll be building up to that soon, because that's a fast building ultimate. So basically, Dwayne already used his ult. You don't have a support ult, so you want a support ult to counter one of their support ults. So, anyway, let's see. Because we need to watch your usage of your amp. So you just used it, probably because I was low. So this is nice. So he shattered, and when you get a shatter, you immediately want to speed, because you're enabling your Reinhardt. Unfortunately, he's charged, which is never a good idea. But once you get a shatter, always switch to speed, preferably amp to get your Rhine in so that he can swing as fast as possible on as many targets as possible. That's kind of rule of thumb. Unless the Rhine is low, you know, then yes, you might amp heals and then speed, or amp. But usually you amp speed and then switch to heals. Everybody's antied, you can't heal anyway. So,
let's break it. Damn!
I mean, that is a thing. You have been antied, so, but you're still under the immortality field. You're still under the immortality field, so you could argue that this was needed. Also, we have got 3 kills. And before you beat, we definitely got 2. So you could argue the fight is won. You don't need to invest ultimates when the fight is won. Even if it means you dying. If you die, our spawn is really close. Their spawn is further away. Sometimes you don't need to. Your brain says, oh, this has happened, equals I do my ultimate. Sometimes you have to be thinking in the moment, do I need to do this? Even though, I've been told you need to counter that ult with this ult. But you don't if you've already won. Anyway. So that's the thing, because now they have, because the big thing is now they have 2 support ults, and we got nothing. We got nothing. And the general thing is, you want to counter a support ult with a support ult. If there's nothing else going on. And in this instance, the support ult is immortality as well. So, and again, this fight is won. You should not be on healing at all. Even if someone is low, you should just be speeding. Yeah, good. Yep, exactly. You should be getting them in there. No, I'd still be on speed. I'd still be on speed. And you can spam. You should be asking your Reinhardt to be in front, or you should be... Where is he? Yeah, I don't know what Saint is doing. I don't know what Saint is doing. Mythical's teasing us. I know he's around somewhere, yeah. Okay, so maybe he heard. Oh yeah, this is nice. So now we have a pick. And we have no fear of being backcapped. So we could be aggressive. We really could be aggressive here. And again, as the person who dictates the speed and the pace of things, it can be you that says this. Because, we shouldn't just be tickling them. Because look, they're afraid because they're down 1. Anyway, this is more team, team coaching rather than individual coaching. But like I said, you're the main support. Your role is to talk just as well as his is. Anyway, we're up. We should be being aggressive. We should be grabbing people, forcing out ultimates when they're down. Anyway. No. No. We talked about this already, but this is not a fight. This is poke. This is the poke phase. And again, talking of poke, what I really want you to be doing, because you can't poke from down there on the floor when they're out here. I want you to be up here. And this is easy. This is not hard, Lucio Tech. Because look, you've got all these flat surfaces to bounce off, and you've got on this, they make it easy for you. There's a bunch of surfaces here, so you can literally just be going from here to picture, from here to picture, from here to picture, and just shooting whilst you're doing this. Dome, shoot, poking, all that sort of business. But this is the poke stage, and you've just wasted an incredibly valuable cooldown for no reason, just because he took a tiny bit of like a fire strike. It's not a fight. It's really important not to waste abilities when you're not fighting. Because again, we want to be maneuvering. But yeah, basically this is bad. They have 2 support ults and we've got nothing. We've got nothing to counter it. So here, I would be saying, if they use an ult like that, what we can do now is, especially if you had your amp speed, is we amp speed and we back out. We give space, especially because he's about to get hacked again. He should shield this. Yeah. is you amp speed, we've just come around this corner and we all stand here. That coalescence gets almost zero value. None. Because we're under a lot of pressure. The hacks coming through are causing problems because then he gets free nades. So, yeah. I get a good flash and then we just murder the Rhine. So that's pretty big on my account. But, yeah. Still, I still think the speeding out is the better play. Because, yeah, good. He's got his thing back. So, now though, they have no Rhine. Oh, okay, he's low, you're low. But I would be amp heal and immediately switch to speed. They have no Reinhardt. We should be really getting aggressive on their backline, grabbing them.
Bad guys.
We're full health. We're full health. Why are you healing? This is one of those things of... There's no point playing Lucio. Speed. Speed. Nice boop. You forced her into the grav. That was really cool. But yeah, speed. Speed, speed, speed. Get everyone, get the Rhine swinging on the grav. Look how long it took him to get over there. And how much pokey damage he took in the process. Anyway. Speed, 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 speed. Get those kills. Speed, get those kills. No! Nobody's low. The Rhine, it's not your job. Speed! Speed! Go! Speed! Speed! What are you doing? Where are you going? What is this doing? Okay, this is really bad. I think I made the call about the Sombra behind us, but you should be screaming at your team, at your Reinhardt, and say, you know, Bap and McCree can deal with that. Bap and McCree can deal with that. And there's a bloody Torb as well. But you should be screaming at your Reinhardt. Because look how low they are. That is ridiculous. That is ridiculous that we didn't push and kill them. And I don't know that, because I'm back there. But you know that. Yeah. Anyway. What happens? So I don't know what Dwayne is doing. I don't know where they're going.
Yeah, time to heal up.
Yep. And so... Oh. Oh, no, no, no. I mean, the fact that I die is whatever anyway. Nice, you get the kill. But I need help, right? I need help. And you are, for the fastest character in the game, you are incredibly slow to get to me. I would be just speeding and chasing kills here. And of course, you don't want to shoot the Reinhardt. I would be trying to get in their face. If you wall ride off that thing just to the right, you know, I would be here. I'd be speed, bounce, bounce, shoot, 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 or boop, try and knock them off or whatever. I'd be being aggressive, but yeah, more importantly, I'd be screaming at the team. Anyway, you back off to help me for that call. But now look. Okay, yes, good. Good. But after that, so you realize I need help. You switch the heals, which is not necessary. But you do not touch any of these walls. You do not. You don't touch any wall at all. Not one. That's terrible. Again, his passive. As soon as you realize, it should be boom. Like, and remember, you only need to tap it once now. Tap, 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 tap. You're up with me. You're like probably ahead of me. You should beat me there. Not the other way around. So, now we're even. And the EMP is not there, but you know that that's what you should be saving it for. And you don't want to get shattered. So you shouldn't be on the floor. I mean, that's a massive misplay from Lewis, because his eyes should not be on the soldier shooting him. It should be on the Reinhardt, always. People are antied. He's charged antied, which, you know, so you're going to beat. And I get why you would beat. But you shouldn't. Because you know that you need your ultimate. And Dwayne could throw his immortality on Lewis, is what could happen. The Torb doesn't need it. Torb's fine. Torb is really strong. He's got his armor.
Oh, let's break it down.
So the immortality goes here. So you do save the Reinhardt. Undoubtedly, you save the Reinhardt. And you're okay because of your thing. But again, you shouldn't be on the floor. But that's very nice. Very nice combo. So that is good. Speed and then heal. Yep, nice. So I mean, this is a bit of a throw from Mythical, to be honest. He does get all 6 of us. But we've already killed 2. Good for Johnny because, yes, EMP Visor was always quite good. But yes, reposition, hide, good. I think I call this, I call the hide. And now you have amp. Beautiful. So yeah, Mythical's through hard with this. So your, yes, speed, and just speed. Speed, 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 go, chase kills. Anyway, yeah, speed, speed, speed. I would be, I think I'm calling, you know, that we should be aggressive. I should stay on you. But again, yeah, speed, only speed. Stay on the speed so that I can maneuver, good. Yeah, you got to get out of the habit of this. It's not what, again, this is poke. This is poke. We don't need investment of abilities like this. I did High Noon to like get stagger kills to delay their regroup, which works because they only managed to get a regroup at the end. But to be honest, even still, I thought about this and I shouldn't have done this quite so soon. I should have waited until they regrouped, kept Lewis to hold his shield, and then did it as they were regrouping so that in about, 5 or 6, 10 seconds. Because if we wait here and we're all fine and the shield is okay, they're regrouping now, and now if I High Noon from this position now, they can't do anything for the entirety of the cast, right? So it was a bit daft for me to do that. So, yeah. And again, he's low, not your job to heal him. Your heal, especially without amp, is pathetic. It's very little. So this is Dwayne's job. So you, knowing that he is low, and you can see that his shield is cracked, you need to reposition him. So you should be telling the Ryan, back out, Ryan, back out, Ryan. And just holding speed. Just holding speed and telling him to back out. So they've wasted that. And again, if we just backed out, it's not great turret placement by Postman, but if he's got a nice kill though. If we just back out and avoid sightlines, Autumn's totally wasted his ultimate. It's a complete waste. It's doing nothing. It's really. Anyway, please don't amp. You've only lost 50 health. Good. And then amp speed so that everyone can get in. Okay. I think you get a nice, yeah. Speed, 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 speed. So yeah, I know you can't see the health bars there, but you can see them on your screen in front of you. You want people to be able to maneuver as quickly as you can. So there's no reason to be it's like, and then you switch to heals when they grab, desperate grab. But yeah, you should be on speed this whole time. Didn't need to do that. Didn't need to do that. I know it's overtime, I know whatever, but what if he does something? What if he had, he pile drives and gets loads of damage off or whatever. I don't know, something. You're gonna need it. You're gonna need it. Anyway, I think that's enough. I've watched the attack, and you're playing Moira, and there are so many things I could say about your Moira, but this has gone on for way long enough, so I'm going to keep it as just a Lucio. So there's a lot that you could do. The main thing I want you to be thinking about is using Lucio's verticality. Big time. Thinking about the phase of the engagement you're in. Poke. If you're fighting, you know, not wasting cooldowns when you're not in an engagement, or using them to change the engagement. Because this is a huge thing about Lucio, is that if you don't want to fight in that position, then you can use your amp to speed everyone out and reposition and just change the pace. Just completely alter the. That's the biggest thing about Lucio is the enemy team want to do something, and you can just completely deny that by repositioning the team. You know, if it be a Moira ult, you can just completely deny its value by speeding everyone around the corner. Or, you know, wherever it was on the main stretch over here, you know, they were doing one thing, they were pushing, and I mean, it was we never regrouped until all the way back here. It was really bad. But, you know, you could have changed the rules. They wanted to push forwards and just stagger us. You could change that up. You say, no, we're going to all speed all the way out and just deny them that chase. Deny them the stagger kills. So verticality, using your amp in the right times, absolutely not out of fights, but not for chip damage as well. You don't amp chip damage. It's not your job. Not if there's a main healer on the board, like a Bap, a Moira, an Ana. You don't need to do that. What else? What your ultimate is for, and in the comp that you're fighting. You know, and what you're playing with. Because if you're playing with a Baptiste, especially, you know, it's like, okay, I don't need to beat for grabs because we've got immortality. What is the most dangerous ult that they have? EMP. That's what I need to beat for. Being smart, trying to hide, stay out of line of sight, you know. Or if they didn't have the EMP, it would be the nanovisor. That would be like what you were doing. Or, like I said, to counter, you know, an enemy support ult. Yeah, I think those are the main things. Those are the main things. So verticality, when you use your amp, how important you are as Lucio as a shot caller, and your ability to see things with your verticality, and then when you use your ult and what for. Yeah, cool. All right. GG's. I definitely think we could have won this game, for sure. But there are many things on the attack that cause problems. But our defense, yeah, definitely. Anyway, cool. All right. See you on the next one.